in this Advent season, it's a time of waiting, of expectation, of making room for Jesus in our life. And darkness sometimes helps with that, and silence helps with that. Are we making more room for Jesus in our lives is a good question for us to ask in Advent. And I know many of us are like, listen, I can't wake up any earlier. I can't stay up any later. I am sometimes double booked and triple booked in my day. I don't know how to add anything else into my schedule, Father. How do I make more room for Jesus? I just can't do it with all the duties of my life. And I feel your pain. I'm in the same boat a lot of times. And sometimes I ask myself, why am I going around so frantic? Well, I don't think the Lord wants us to wake up so early and stay up so late that we can't function. But one thing that I noticed in my life is on my phone up popped my screen time for the week. And I was surprised. I'm like, do I really spend that much time on my screen? And maybe I want to offer that as a challenge this Advent to all of us. Let's do a little challenge, and who can have the least amount of screen time. Now, I'm like, well, my prayer book is on my phone, so it's really convenient when I'm traveling around. I can just pull it out of my pocket, and it's right there. Okay, well, there's some, but my email, and I need to do that. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Need to do that, except for there used to be a time when work stopped and we would go home and we wouldn't do that stuff all the time. And so maybe that stuff is taking up over a little bit more of my life than it's meant to. And also I think it's possible that many of us just have this reflex to our phones when there is a moment of silence or a lull in our day, and we just reach for our phones. We look at TikTok, we check the stocks, we text somebody, we do something rather than just be silent with the Lord. So that's my challenge to you. Starting today, who can have the lowest screen time at the end of Advent? This is our intentional choice. It can be our intentional choice to make room for Jesus in our lives, to enter into the silence, even the tension of the silence at first, if we've been extra busy in our hearts, so that we can notice him when he comes, so we can hear his voice, so that we can come and adore him.